Hi everyone, I'm Mary, and today we're going to be looking at two new Hunter the Parenting shorts from Bruva Alpha Booster. The first one is 99 pence, highly controversial debate, choose your side. And the next one is A Life Well Lived, a Hunter the Parenting short, which they said in the description is a funny Halloween episode. That is not a funny Halloween episode thumbnail. Are we actually getting backstory on Halloween? Because, yeah, honestly, this is literally the best time for anything in the World of Darkness to have backstory. Unless it's all a joke at the end. It's like super serious until the end, which they've done, but also that is a really serious goddamn thumbnail, man. So I'm kind of terrified, but also really excited because of it. Yeah, I'm weird. I know. So if you guys haven't already, there's a link below to the original videos. Hit them up. And when you're done, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And when my brain is blown, because I'm getting that kind of sensation from that second thumbnail, remind me of what I just lost due to osmosis, or more specifically, my brain seeping out of my ears and then osmosing into the universe, also known as bleeding onto the floor. But we're going to ignore that fact. Let's get started. First up, we have a
Your
train.
brain is made of bad meat. No, it's good.
I just realized this is the train he talked about in the previous episode. Well, a couple previous episodes ago. Also, he has a fake eye covering. I guess he just hasn't enough blood to grow it back yet. Did Malcador have a fake eye? Wondering. Also, what was they saying? Sorry, I thought this was a reference to like Harry Potter and the Hogwarts train. Also, why is there a third shadow? I don't know.
Your brain is made of bad meat.
No, it's good.
You blubbery
What are they arguing about? I thought something about 99 pence at the dollar store.
At the 99p
In
store.
1922, Stephen Poplawski was the first man to mount an agitating element into a simple glass container.
Wow, cool.
It has been 84 years, Kevin! Your hypothesis presumes such placidity that it spits in the very face of human progress!
That a 99 pence blender would be 29 pounds in the red, you oil barrel.
Marge,
Did... Oh my god! Sorry, this is... Big D, in all of Hunter, has one defining characteristic. Beyond the fact that he's insane, he probably knows way more than we think. It's that he's very much a punk who's against authority. And Kevin just accused him of being the man. That is probably the absolute biggest burn he's ever had. And I think if he stops to think about it, he's just going to sit down and be very, very quiet. He's not going to think about it, but goddamn. Also, they're having fun with the exaggerated facial features here.
To buy a blender for 99p.
That's not your right. That's not anyone's right. Go. Read him
Is
his
he just
rights.
sipping him?
Can't you just crush things with a spoon?
The faces are so stupid. I love this. Also, okay, so they didn't give him lip movements even though the rest did. But I don't care because he's literally got little blood. He's sipping. He's giving Kevin the sip. And it's an actual sip through a bendy straw. I'm sorry, I did it. It's the freaking bendy straw, man. It broke me. I don't even...
Spoon?
Oh, wow, they've been having a lot of fun with this one. I'm sorry, I just love this. He's enraged, he's also enraged, and he's the literal picture of quiescent happiness right now, just drinking his blood. I love that the vampire is the one who's getting sipped on. This is just all kinds of ironic. It makes perfect sense in World of Darkness, in Hunter the Parenting. It's just, this is, if you show anyone this out of context, you think he's the vampire. It just... I'm sorry. This is perfect. He's just so self-satisfied, and they also don't have him moving nearly as much. Well, these guys are just going all over it. Is a spoon. What the fuck? Okay, so I am absolutely convinced that last one wasn't actually a short they intended to record. I don't think for a second that wasn't something that they started writing down as a script, that multiple people got involved, and then they started writing answers between themselves in some kind of format. And this is just someone, maybe someone named Bruva, maybe Alpha Boosa involved, just saying that they took it and it's like, we're going to animate this. And this is probably a conversation he has walked in on before, because goddamn, that level of just outrage, just completely unprompted outrage, and yet disregarding any insult there, is something you only get when you're really friends with someone, or you're absolutely enraged and you're about to commit unspeakable atrocities. Yeah. Granted, considering in canon who this would be, both are accurate for Big D. I actually don't think Kevin could do the unspeakable atrocity. He just seems too human. I know what I said about the vampire, and it still sounds weird, even though I perfectly understand it, and I'm sure most of the people watching this also understand what I mean. But you just take a second and you think back, it's like, yeah, that is a thing. The magic vampire is more human. That is weird. Otherwise, A Life Well Lived, the short that I'm kind of terrified about because our very funny Halloween special. I don't trust this. Oh boy, let's find out what we got into this one. Oh, it's the house? No, it's a different house. Big open doors. What's Big D doing? Also, goddamn, I was blown away in the previous one by the animation changes. And this is such a simple one. The background is moving forward, while what we have in the foreground, Big D, is just having a few little walking animations with the shoulder moving closer to it, so they're compressing. It's not a huge, crazy animation. But we've never seen details like this in this kind of over-the-shoulder setting, or not setting, this scenery, this dynamic picture. We don't see that in so many of anything Bruva Alphabus has done. So it's just a brand new shot composition ever in this entire series, or any series he's done, and it's really cool. Also, this music is terrifying as F, and it's also in grayscale, which immediately makes me think it's way more... and it's highlighting the blood. Ah. And that's the old-timey music playing on the radio. Is this him actually on a hunt? A non-joke hunt? It's happy music. I need to shut it off. There's an arrow in it? Was that arrow there before? No, it's just the radio and there's a smudge around it. Dude.
You will find no vampire here but me now, stranger. It was my caretaker. I loved that girl like a daughter, dainty young thing. I don't know why she did it.
We're getting to see the side of Big D that he doesn't show his family, huh? The serious side of him, the side of him that's going to probably kill an innocent woman because she knows what kind of monster she is. And also because she just got betrayed herself. It might be easier to die than deal with that. I think I know where this is going. It doesn't make it any easier. Because this is one of those moments where you can tell that there's a massive difference between the Emperor and Big D. Not in the sense that this isn't something the Emperor probably did, but that we're getting to see it. One of the rules with anything to do with 40K canon or TTS was we didn't see the Emperor act much. We saw the effects of him acting. We saw him learning what effects came later from his actions, but we didn't see him directly take action. I think part of that was just technology. Their ability to make certain scenes wasn't there yet, and they have it now because this is great composition of scenes. There's a technical level of expertise that just is here. But that also does highlight that this character has more room to grow than the other one did, and it does make him more than just a successor. He's his own being, and this is unfortunately one of the more serious ways to do it.
Or maybe
He hasn't cracked a joke yet.
But I regret ever acknowledging what was going on. You needn't fret. I won't raise a hand against you. I've not lived well, stranger.
Go on.
Wait, did he speak?
Go on.
Okay, I think that was actually just an audio issue. He's really quiet in that one because she's coming through perfectly normal. I thought it was on my end, because sometimes that happens, but no, he's just really quiet.
I spent
there's
my
blood
youth
everywhere.
raising my brother when my father went to war. I let the
Wait,
love
she's
of
locked
my
in as
life
an old
run
woman, as
into
a
the
vampire
arms
then,
of
yeah.
another, and never married. When my brother died, I spent my days supporting my niece and nephew. And now, in my twilight years, I had spent my time entertaining their children. I cannot remember a day I ever took for myself, and I think in voicing that, I deserve this fate. It's my fault they all lie dead around me.
Oh. And I think I just realized why this is the specific situation he's walking in on. Beyond just showing Big D in a serious moment, which in itself is huge compared to everything else shown. This is one of those situations where there's implied irony. It's not dramatic irony because we don't know for certain. I'm saying it's implied because we heavily suspect that what she's talking about, not so much that she deserves what's happening because she spoke up, but that in abstract, what she's describing about herself could also be said about Big D. Because we have a lot of theories right now that because he's an aspect of the, or not an aspect, a spiritual successor to the Emperor who had a lot of issues and a lot of his family dead around him because of his own actions, and he kind of deserved what got to him to that point. And Big D probably has something similar because he's a successor in that way. How, why, to what extent, don't know yet. But it's heavily implied through a lot of dialogue, not exactly stated, but very much in there to some extent, that he's had dead kids, dead lovers, dead family, that he's made choices that fucked people up and he's trying to protect them. And he's probably had moments where he didn't before. And this is, even though the scene is focusing on this old woman, her pain and her rationalization that she deserved this, so it's not someone else's fault because she had a moment of actually caring about herself. This isn't about her. We're being told about Big D by seeing someone else, and we're seeing him be serious, which doesn't happen unless he's very much taking it seriously, which really should be a tautology, but considering the character, it stands out as if this is going to be important, he will take it seriously, because anything that's a joke, even some things that really should be serious, he takes as a joke.
She brought me into her way of life, but I don't think she was ready for what came next.
Oh.
I don't think anyone could have predicted this.
Was it the kid that did it? Or one of the friends of the kids?
Darling, will you help me outside? I don't want to sit around anymore.
She's going to watch the sun, isn't she? And he's helping her. This is the best and saddest way this can go.
I had planned to leave this all to my family, you know. One last means of supporting them.
Did she kill them, or did the vampire who turned it do it?
I suppose it will all be cleared away to forget this tragedy.
Probably her.
I know I can't forget it.
How long till we see daybreak? It's from her mouth that all the blood's coming, so she probably slaughtered her family.
Will this hurt?
Yes.
I should surmise that matters little to you. Though thinking on it, it doesn't matter much to me either.
It'll go fast, at least.
Come. The morning star is quite visible tonight. What night remains, at least.
I hope in death I shall be thankful that I once lived. I only wish I had died yesterday.
So she was a recently turned vampire. So she probably said she wished she died yesterday. So either that was when she turned, or that's when she lost control and then probably just killed her family. We knew Big D could show this much empathy because he saw something in Kevin, the humanity in Kevin. And I think he's seeing it right here. That's why he's going along with this. He's not doing it himself. He's letting her go out on her own terms. After it seems like she just did a whole bunch of things that she didn't mean to, but did anyways. Damn. I guess it's morning. God damn you, Bruva Alpha Busa. Just gonna throw that chair in there. Just gonna throw the empty chair in there, you son of a... What's he gonna do? Wait, is he? Is he laughing or crying? Or shaking the camera itself? Shine on. Okay, so yeah, I was right. That one hit right in the feels. Carl the Deranged at the end, not being weird or holding a blowtorch with his arm, which apparently is a thing he does as an actual blacksmith. It is also apparently safe, but you have to be hyper skilled, so good for him. But also not being crazy in this one, it kind of shaking, almost looks like he's crying. And I'm just thinking, did one of the parents or grandparents from the group, from one of the people, Bruva Alpha Busa himself, or one of the people he works with, did one of their grandparents die recently, and this is a tribute to them? Because that's what I'm thinking right now. I will give a lot of credit to this episode. This one, it did a lot to show something that none of the previous episodes did very long, or very long. There were moments where we saw him get serious. With Kitten, when they're talking about the blender shenanigans and the omelet and just whatever the hell that was, probably a war crime in a cup. War crime in a cup. I can't speak today. War crime in a cup. There we go. Or when he was hyper analyzing his interaction with the Bobby, which I've been told is a thing you call cops in Britain. I'm American. I could be very wrong, and I might have just said something offensive for all I know, as opposed to normally, where I know I'm just being offensive for a different reason. And we see his serious side, but here we get the serious side, but he's not going full rage. He's showing the same humanity he valued in Kevin, which we talked about, but also the thing he hasn't passed on to his kids. The fact that vampires aren't just monsters. They can still be human to some extent. Because if this was Dor, she would die right away. If it was Marcus, he would die, or she would die right away. If it was Boy, I think he probably would have evaluated the situation and maybe even done the same thing, but probably agonized a lot more over it. But we now know, beyond just a few interactions where he's making choices about non-human items, the ghoul is a person, about non-human characters, the ghoul, the police officer, Kevin, who's honestly just really freaking fun. And we're seeing him evaluate them on a personal level, not the, what species are you? Oh, now you die level. And it adds complexity to his character that we knew was there, but now we're seeing it hammered out. And that's not even getting into all the layers in there, because he's empathizing, because we know that his situation is similar to what was just described by her. If someone didn't know anything about TTS, if they didn't know about Warhammer 40k, what happened prior to this, what this is a spiritual successor of, this would just seem like a sad story. And it is. It works perfectly fine without external knowledge. With external knowledge, it just adds extra layers, knowing that I was going to say the Emperor, but Big D is probably feeling a lot more. And him being serious is the visible sign of it. Because as much as this kicks you in the gut, it would kick his character in the gut, because he's hearing his own fears and more or less being shown his worst nightmare. Everyone dead because of him. So I guess we came to trick or treat, and this was the trick. It's the scariest thing he could possibly imagine. I can't speak today. It's the scariest thing Big D can possibly imagine. It's right in front of him. It's probably the best possible outcome for that situation, but god damn, does it just get you right in the... Yeah. Well, I mentioned Bruva Alpha Busa and everyone involved in this project do a damn good job. And this does show it. God damn, I wasn't ready for that. Ugh. So if you haven't already, links below. Original video. Hit them up. And when you're done, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And let me know the next time something like this comes out, because I want to know right away. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Adios.